Ladies and gentlemen, the chief guest, Honorable Federal Minister for Energy, Mr. Muhammad Ali, has arrived. He is meeting with the corporate members and he will be taking his seat on the stage. All the ATC ExCom members on the stage are requested to take their seats as well. Our chief guest has arrived and we are starting the ceremony. All the people standing outside are requested one last time to come inside. We will be closing the front door. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Honorable Federal Minister for Energy, Mr. Muhammad Ali Sahab, Chairman SP Pakistan Section and Chairman Annual Technical Conference 2023, Managing Director of Mari Petroleum, Mr. Fahim Haider Sahab, ExCom members of SPE PAPG, Regional Director of SPE MENA Region, Mr. Muhammad Ali Marzouki, Executive Vice President of ADNOC, respected corporate member companies, government officials, respected delegates, organizers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I would like to extend a very, very warm welcome to all of you at the inauguration ceremony of the 29th Annual Technical Conference, jointly held by Society of Petroleum Engineers Pakistan Section and Pakistan Association of Petroleum Geoscientists. This is the 29th edition. My name is Imran Qureshi. I am the Communication Chairperson for SPE Pakistan Section. I am also the Vice Chairman of this August conference, and I work for Well Logging Energy as Director. It is my privilege and honor to welcome you all and conduct this ceremony. We will begin our session with recitation from verses of Holy Quran. For that, I would like to request Hafiz Zakirul Haq from OGDCL to come on the stage and recite verses from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح لله ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم له ملك السماوات والأرض يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش يعلم ما يلج في الأرض وما يخرج منها وما ينزل من السماء وما يعرج فيها وهو معكم أينما كنتم والله بما تعملون بصير صدق الله العظيم
Jazakallah, Hafiz Saab. The annual technical conference is jointly held by SPE and Pakistan Association of Petroleum Geoscientists. The first conference was held in 1994, and since then it has become a much awaited industry event which is held annually. It is well attended by the members of E&P industry, academia, regulators, and it is the flagship knowledge sharing event for the industry. Since 2021, after COVID, we started doing it in hybrid mode with virtual participation as well. So this conference is also, the sessions will be available online as well. Before going further, I would like to introduce the honorable members who are sitting on the stage. We have Mr. Fahim Haider, who is Chairman SPE, Chairman ATC, and also the Managing Director of Mari Petroleum. We are very pleased to have Mr. Mohammad Al-Marzouki, who is working as Executive Vice President for ADNOC in UAE. He is the SPE Regional Director for Middle East and North Africa. He's sitting on the stage. We also have Mr. Zoreis Tariq. He is the Technical Program Chair for SPE and Chairman Technical Program Committee of ATC, and he works for Schlumberger, Pakistan and Yemen as their Managing Director. We have Syed Afraz Haider, Asset Manager, KUFPEC. He is Chairman Publication and Souvenir Committee of ATC, and he is also the General Secretary of SPE Pakistan section. We have Arif Yusuf. He is Chairman Event Management and Exhibition of the ATC, and he is Young Professional Liaison for SPE Pakistan section, and he is the country head of Sprint in Pakistan. We have Mr. Musharraf Abdullah Waheed, who is Deputy General Manager with Government Holding. He is Chairman Finance of SPE Pakistan section and also ATC 2023. We have Sahir Inam, who is Manager Petroleum Engineering with Mari Petroleum, and he is Co-Chairman Technical Program for Petroleum Engineering for this conference. He is the Social Activity Chair of SPE Pakistan section. We have Dr. Abid Hussain, who is Chief Geologist Exploration of PPL. He is Co-Chairman Technical Program for Geoscience of this annual technical conference. We also have Mr. Attar Sirati, who is Manager, JV and Partner Operated Assets of Pakistan Petroleum Limited. He is the University Liaison for ATC and SPE Pakistan section. The event has been possible because of generous support from our sponsors. Our diamond sponsors are Mari Petroleum and OGDCL. Our platinum sponsors are PPL, United Energy Pakistan Limited, SLB, and Sprint. Our gold sponsors are BGP, Weatherford, and Baker Hughes. Our silver sponsor is Descon. Our bronze sponsor is PGNIG, Polish Oil and Gas, and LMKR. And our copper sponsors are Nurecon and Halliburton. The organizers would like to extend their thanks to all the sponsors to make the event today and all the events before possible. It is because of their support that the event is possible. Mr. Fahim Haider did his bachelor's in petroleum engineering from UET Lahore, followed by MSc in petroleum engineering from Imperial College London. During his international career spanning over 29 years, he has held various technical and leadership positions within international oil and gas companies such as Union Texas Petroleum UTP, OMV Pakistan, Helix RDS, BG Group, Neptune Energy, and he is currently the chairman of SPE Pakistan section. He is also the chairman of this conference, and he is also the chairman of PEPCA. I would like to invite Fahim Haider Saab to deliver his welcome note.
Honorable Minister of Energy, Mr. Muhammad Ali, SPE Middle East and North Africa Regional Director, Mr. Mohammad Al-Marzouki, distinguished guests, and esteemed energy industry professionals. It is a great pleasure to honor and welcome you to the 29th SPE PAPG Annual Technical Conference, a flagship event organized jointly by Society of Petroleum Engineers Pakistan Section and the Pakistan Association of Petroleum Geologists. I am pleased to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Muhammad Ali, Minister of Energy, and other dignitaries and professionals who have graced us with their presence today. Your presence adds immense value to our discussions and serves as a testament to the collaborative spirit that defines our industry. This year, we have also received a recorded message from SPE International President for 2024, Terry Palish. His support underscores the global significance of this event and emphasizes the purpose that drives our industry forward. We are also privileged to have SPE Middle East and North Africa Regional Director, Mr. Mohammed Al-Marzouki, amongst us, who will deliver a keynote speech setting the tone for the insightful sessions that are planned for the conference. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to Director General Petroleum Concessions for their invaluable support in providing essential block information and statistics for the publication of our souvenirs. This conference has been a trademark of knowledge and innovation since its inception in 1994 and continues to thrive every year. Thanks to the unwavering dedication of industry professionals like yourselves, the activities of SPE Pakistan Section and PAPG have been a source of inspiration for our community. From informative lectures to the engaging golf tournaments, they have fostered a sense of companionship and knowledge sharing that lays the foundation of our industry. I am pleased to acknowledge the participation of 25 corporate members from Pakistan oil and gas industry, the immense support we have received from our 13 sponsors, the organizations that have shown their unwavering commitment to the growth and development of our sector. The technical sessions at this conference will be enriched by 18 professional papers in petroleum engineering and 17 in geology and geophysics. Additionally, 15 exhibitors are showcasing their cutting-edge technology at the oil show. I encourage you all to visit their booths and explore the technologies which may be applicable for your own particular business needs. We are also proud to nurture the next generation of industry leaders through our student papers contest, with 12 outstanding papers being selected for both engineering and earth sciences categories. These young minds represent the future of our industry, and their dedication is truly commendable. This year's theme for the conference is Exploring the Unexplored, High-Risk Plays and Economic Challenges. This theme resonates deeply with the challenges and opportunities that define our industry's future landscape. As we reflect on the significant strides made in the drilling and discovering large-scale structures in the past, we must recognize that the remaining potential lies in the high-risk plays, deeper prospects, and remote areas far from existing infrastructure. However, we shall also reevaluate the mature basins for bypass plays like Khazij, as our nation is blessed with vast untapped energy resources. waiting to be harnessed through collaborative efforts and innovative solutions. Government interventions and policy improvements are critical to deal with the economic challenges our industry faces. Industry experts have crafted detailed proposals in collaboration with the government, outlining essential reforms which are needed to drive our sector's growth. Amendments in Petroleum Policy 2012 and expedited formulation of the tight gas policy are vital in unlocking the vast potential of remaining conventional and tight gas resources, requiring swift action to encourage investment in the sector. Amongst other challenges, the pressing issue of security cannot be overlooked. Security challenges, both physical and digital, present formidable obstacles that require innovative solutions and collaborative efforts. Additionally, for the upcoming offshore bid round, a concerted effort is indispensable. Initiatives between industry and the government are essential for the success of this bid round, ensuring transparency, clear regulations, and fit-for-purpose incentives to attract the foreign direct investment. Let us engage in fruitful discussions, share our knowledge graciously, and work together to unlock the immense potential that our industry presents. By exploring new plays, identifying sweet spots, bringing policy improvements, ensuring ease of doing business, and addressing the security challenges, we can ensure a vibrant and sustainable energy sector for Pakistan. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a fruitful and inspiring conference ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Saab, for your guidance and your welcome note. As mentioned by Chairman Conference, we have, for the very first time in the history of our conference, we have a video recorded message from SPE International President, Mr. Terry Pellish. Mr. Terry Pellish is the Vice President of Technology and Engineering at Carbo Ceramics in Richardson, Texas, and he is the SPE International President for 2024. In his video message, he has highlighted the importance of the conference and the theme. So I would like to play the video now.
Greetings to all of the distinguished guests and my esteemed industry colleagues who are attending this year's annual technical conference and oil show in Islamabad, Pakistan. My sincerest apologies that I cannot be with all of you there in person. But I do want to thank you for the kind invitation, and I'm excited that we have the technology that allows me to join you via this video recording. I'm also confident that my distinguished colleague, SPE MENA Regional Director Mohammed Al-Marzouki, will provide an excellent keynote on our behalf. As I speak to you, I am returning from 4 key events. These include the Offshore Europe Conference in Aberdeen, the International Hydraulic Fracturing Technical Conference in Muscat, Oman, the Ifriqiya Energy Hub in Tunisia, and the Permian Basin Conference in Midland, Texas. While all 4 of these events were in different regions of the world, and each had its own topic and focus, I found that there were many similarities that I think apply across the world, including Pakistan and your region. First, everyone agrees that oil and gas will be needed for many decades into the future. In addition, solving the energy trilemma of providing the world with accessible and affordable energy that is reliable and secure, as well as green and decarbonized, will be a challenge. However, I believe that this trilemma is actually our industry's opportunity. It's our industry's opportunity to show the world how we can meet the energy needs while at the same time doing so in a sustainable manner that protects the environment. We are the ones who are uniquely positioned to solve this challenge. To accomplish this, however, it is going to require that we all continue to learn and explore new technologies, as it will take technological breakthroughs, many of which have yet to be discovered. It's also imperative that the best and the brightest minds from across our industry, regardless of where they live in the world, collaborate and work together to solve these challenges. And I'm equally happy to say that SPE's mission will be to facilitate this exchange by connecting our members with technology, connecting our members to other members, and connecting our members to our external stakeholders. The topic of your conference, Exploring the Unexplored, High-Risk Plays and Economic Challenges, illustrates the challenges facing not only Pakistan, but the rest of our industry. As I'm sure you are aware, Pakistan imports 80% of its oil and 40% of its natural gas to feed the needs of its country. By finding new ways and deploying new technologies to increase oil and gas production within Pakistan, it will benefit not only the country, but its population as well. In addition to the positive economic impact that it will have, bringing production back inside the country will also result in a lower carbon footprint compared to importing from outside. I commend you for tackling this important issue. I want to encourage all of the delegates to take full advantage of the excellent program. Attend the technical sessions to learn about the latest technologies, visit the exhibition and find the recent technology advancements and speak with sponsors. And finally, use every opportunity to network and collaborate with other delegates. I am proud that SPE can be part of Pakistan's quest to explore the unexplored, and I congratulate the organizers and local section for an excellent program. On behalf of the Society of Petroleum Engineers International and SPE Board, I want to wish you an engaging and successful conference as together we create our energy future. Have a great day. Thank you.
This video recorded message was possible because of the efforts of SPE MENA region represented by Mr. Mohammed Al-Marzouki and Jackie Hoffman. So they worked with us to make this video possible. So thank you very much. Now we will be moving on to the keynote address. Mr. Mohammed Al-Marzouki is working as the Executive Vice President for Field Development for Abu Dhabi National Oil Company in UAE. He is a petroleum engineer by background from USA. He drives the formulation and implementation of a unified process for categorization and classification of Abu Dhabi hydrocarbon resources and reserves. He guides and supports ADNOC's strategic objectives, providing state-of-the-art tools, advanced workflows, technical skills and leadership to thrive and innovate in a changing and challenging environment. He is the first UAE national to win the prestigious SPE Regional Award for Middle East region for reservoir description and dynamics. He is a member of EDIPEC Executive Committee since 2017 and the Technical Program Chairman since 2019, as well as an Executive Committee member in IPTC since 2020. He is currently serving as a member in SPE Middle East Advisory Council. He is the Regional Director for SPE Middle East. I would like to request Mr. Mohammed Al-Marzouki to come and deliver his keynote address.
Thank you, Imran. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, Mr. Muhammad Ali, Mr. Fahim Haidar, distinguished guests, dear colleagues. It gives me really a great pleasure to be in Islamabad in Pakistan. This is my first time ever in this lovely country and to participate in this prestigious conference, ATC 2023. Today I'll present in two hats. The first hat being the AVP field development of ADNOC, and the second hat become the regional director of Middle East and North Africa. Good that both hats are blue and white in color. Next slide, please. Before I start on with the presentation, I would like basically to thank the organizing committee for putting this conference, for inviting me to be here, and I can see the fruit of such efforts already exerted in this room with esteemed colleagues in this great hall. You know, I wanted to say, give an introduction about ADNOC, the company that I come from. ADNOC is the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. It's the largest oil company in the Emirate. It has a capacity of 4.6 million of production. We are growing to 5 million by year-end 2027. And that's where we are continuing exploring and finding new plays and new discoveries to aid such growth and going beyond. On the gas side, we do have a capacity of 11 BCF today. On the LNG, 6 million ton per annum. On the chemicals, 5 million ton per annum. On the renewables, around 100 gigawatt, and on the hydrogen, around 3,000 ton per annum. Next slide. I wanted to share with you our exploration journey or strategy in ADNOC. Before 2018, ADNOC was basically not putting much of effort and focus around exploration. We barely drill 2 wells a year. We were focusing on the giant reservoirs that Abu Dhabi is blessed with and ignoring all these different marginal fields. As the growing demand for energy is requested, we as a responsible energy provider, we wanted to make sure we have leveraged in all possible resources within the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. Therefore, we strategized ourselves a bit differently. First, we have shot the largest seismic in the world. It covers all Abu Dhabi area, onshore, offshore. We peaked at 7 crews, including even transition zone. In fact, the survey is still ongoing. It will be finished by mid-2024. But we have realized in order for you to have the right exploration, the right partnership, you need to have the right data. And the right data comes from the seismic data. It was an expensive project. It cost us around $2 billion. But as I'm finishing this slide, you will see that we have already realized that value, and we are yet to conclude the survey. Now, after we are doing these surveys, we have opened different blocks, around 9 exploration blocks to the world. We have partners from the East, we have partners from Europe, and 9 blocks were satisfactorily awarded. One of the blocks in the offshore side, you will see called OFB5, means Offshore Block 5. It's currently with our Pakistani partners, PIOL, which is a consortium of different companies. After the awarding, what we have empowered these exploration companies is for them to do their practices, their processes, their drilling, their characterization. And at one time, we had 9 companies and even more are doing complete different stuff in Emirate of Abu Dhabi. And we wanted this because everybody is coming with different mindset. Everybody is coming from, I would say, different experience. Abu Dhabi was overlooking their resources because we are managing big fields in Abu Dhabi. Now, you have basically companies like PIOL and others that are looking and mastery in looking into marginal fields. And now we are talking about drilling 7 to 10 wells on yearly basis. We have already made multiple discoveries. One of the discoveries in offshore Block 2 on the western side of Emirate of Abu Dhabi, that was gas with Eni of around 3 TCF. We have one on the eastern region of Abu Dhabi, onshore block 3 with Oxy. We had another 300 million of a discovery. Onshore block 4 with the Japanese, we have a discovery of around 1 billion barrel oil equivalent. And soon, inshallah, maybe by next ATC, the 30th anniversary, might be Fahim, would be a good day that to announce the great progress that we are doing in offshore block 5 with Piyol. That's set a time set maybe for Fahim to realize the great value of that production. Next slide. All right, when we partnered with Piyol, and as I said, Piyol is please hit next as well. Yeah, thank you. When we basically partnered with Piyol, which is again is a consortium of 4 companies, many people within Abu Dhabi were wondering why a Pakistani partner would come in. You know, what can they bring? These people don't know that Pakistan have explored more than 400 fields. They have drilled more than 1,400 exploration wells, and the peak production of 10 to 20 MBD. Now, having myself being in the industry for some time, these numbers are great numbers, and I have got them, to be honest, from the market intelligence, different market intelligence resources. Maybe Pakistan and their companies have done maybe even much better than these numbers. This gives confidence to ADNOC and the Emirate of Abu Dhabi to partner with Piyol and entrust them with one of the blocks, which is offshore block 5. And as I said, great news will be awaited, inshallah, by the 30th ATC next year. You can see on the right hand side, this is the ADNOC building. It has the Pakistani flag during the National Day. Next, please. Now I'll be shifting the second hand, which basically the SPE hat. Myself, I represent the Middle East and North Africa region. Pakistan is part of the Middle East. I represent the region with my colleague Hisham Zubari. He's not with us, unfortunately, today. He sent his regards, CTO of Dragon Oil. Both of us are managing the Middle East and North Africa section. Just to brief on the setup of SPE, for every region we have directors, and then we report to the president that have given just a keynote speech. The Middle East, the East Asia, and the western side, basically the US, have basically 2 directors, so they can cover the large spectrum of that region. If any of you, ladies and gentlemen, have any questions or queries on and any support required from the region, please let me know, or our colleague as well here from SPE would help. Next, please. Next. Before I dwell into what's our mission in 2024, I want to stop for a minute, and since we have the energy minister here with us and this esteemed colleagues, many people is asking, what do we think about energy transition, and all of this discussion is ongoing right now. Do we have a future as an oil and gas companies and so on? I want basically bring an argument. I wanted to bring basically data, facts. In the light blue columns, you will see 2022, last year, energy mix of the world. And you can see there are more than, maybe if you can hit next again. No, go back. I maybe lost the y-axis, but on that y-axis is basically around 30% of the oil and around 20% of the natural gas as, yeah, sure, thank you, as basically are coming in 2022 are being basically done through oil and gas, let alone the coal, which is around another 30%. Going forward in 2040, which is the dark blue, you will see oil and gas and surprisingly coal are still in the mix. So it gives us basically one message that oil and gas are needed for decades to come to basically support any energy transition. It's not going to be a switching light on and off to move from oil and gas to any other type of energy. Now, when we talk about this, it means you as geologists, as scientists, as engineers are definitely needed, and you are the ones who's gonna aid the energy transition, and the expertise are required to move toward energy transition. All right, when we talk about SPE role, it's basically, as the president said, we connect people, we share knowledge, we try to facilitate the energy transition. And our mission is to make sure we are able to meet the world energy needs in a collaborative and in a connected fashion. Just to give you a glimpse of the current status of our SPE, we are close to 120,000 members from the world. Half of it professional members, half of it are student members. So we do have a lot of, I would say, sweet spots for our dear students, more than 200 sections, and you can see the diversifications in the different regions. Now, in 2024, our mission is basically starts here from the bottom going up. First, we would like all of us to learn. You know, I have a history with SPE. Since I joined, in fact, since I was a student back in the US, I was involved with the SPE. And it really started with this kind of a ladder and stepwise journey. First, we need to learn and try to understand, and maybe we need to attend courses and understand what is SPE. And then we have to participate. See, like Imran, Fahim, and other colleagues that they are sitting here today, they are doing it voluntarily and participating and trying to put their efforts in their sections. And then we go and volunteer, whether we start locally and then internationally, and last but not least, we lead. And now today, I'm leading the Middle East and North Africa, is because we have followed these steps. Every one of you definitely has the chance to be the next regional director of SPE, or even to become the SPE president, giving you have the right dedications and the right volunteerism for the society. This is our challenge, and basically this is what we are communicating in our sections, is basically to inherit the 2024 challenge, which basically goes all around the number 1, reading 1 paper, taking 1 online training, invest 1 hour volunteering, get 1 new member, and attend 1 event. And I know on the volunteering side, training and reading, we're doing much more than 1. But if we spread the word, not only with our SPE members, but even beyond the SPE members, to our colleagues, imagine the networking, imagine the competency, imagine how can we take this even further. My last slide, being the first time attending an ATC, I really would like, the conference and the session chairs and the technical presenters to focus on those 4 pillars, is to be innovative in thinking, to improve performance, maximize efficiency, not last but not least, to reduce costs, because we need to afford the right barrel for our nations. It will be very much welcomed at the end if the organizing committee can share maybe a white paper on the expectations, on the learnings that we have got from, will be getting from these 2 days of this conference. Thanks all for your attendance. Again, it's my great pleasure, and wish you all a very fruitful day and a fruitful conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mohammed, for giving a very good keynote and highlighting the focus areas. We will do our best to share the learnings of the conference with SP MENA so that you know what was discussed and what has been the outcome of the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, it is such an honor and privilege to have the Honorable Federal Minister for Energy, Mr. Muhammad Ali, as the chief guest for the opening session. Mr. Muhammad Ali has over 30 years of work experience in public and private sectors, including working as the chairman of Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan. He has chaired several key committees related to power sector, circular debt resolution, future energy roadmap for Pakistan. He holds MBA from IBA, LLM from University of Toronto, and MBA from Harvard University in USA. I would like to request the Honorable Chief Guest, Federal Minister for Energy, Muhammad Ali Saab, to come on the podium and share his thoughts with the audience.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning to all of you. I'm honored to have been invited at this 29th Annual Technical Conference, and I would like to welcome all our international friends, especially Mr. Mohammed Al-Marzouki, Regional Director, Middle East North Africa, and Executive Vice President for ADNOC. Thank you, sir, for all your assistance and your support to our oil and gas industry. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank Mr. Fahim Ahmed, Chairman ATC, for inviting me and for organizing this conference. I do realize that ATC is a gathering of inspiring professionals from the industry, and it plays an important role in bringing all the stakeholders together. And I hope that this gathering this year will lead to innovative ideas, more investment, and a new roadmap for the Pakistan's oil and gas sector. So we look forward to hearing from all of you after this event on how we can support the industry going forward. Now, we all realize that energy is the lifeblood for any economy. And we also realize at the government level that Pakistan's energy sector has gone through some difficult periods in the recent past. We have faced challenges because of heavy reliance on energy imports. There's a demand-supply gap, and we are an energy-deficient country. We have also faced issues on the payment front, and I would like to touch upon all these sectors. So today, my focus of my talk is in three areas. Firstly, on the cleaner energy, because that's something that we all have to face, and that's important for our survival. Second focus would be the oil and gas exploration activities, which is an area of interest for most professionals here. And thirdly, I would like to talk about technology and the security issues, which has been highlighted in various meetings since I have been given this responsibility. So let's start with the energy transition, the cleaner energy. I was addressing a gathering last week in Karachi at a conference organized by Overseas Investors Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And I shared with them that while we were preparing a speech for that event, one of our colleagues said, "Sir, do you realize that there'll be no Ministry of Petroleum in a few decades?" And that was like a shock to some of us in the room. And sometimes the reality is right there in front of us, but we don't realize or we don't think about it. And then in order to understand the future of energy better, on the weekend, I just want to share with you because it's so interesting. On the weekend, I went to this bookstore we have in Islamabad. And there were two books lying very close to each other. One is called Burnout, and the tagline is, I'll just read it, End Game for Fossil Fuels. And it's written by Dieter Helm. So it says, Burnout, End Game for Fossil Fuel. And another book very close to it, the title was Fossil Future. And I'll read what is written on the cover. Why global human flourishing requires more oil, coal, and gas. So, very contrasting thoughts. And the point I want to highlight is we are going through an uncertainty and we are going through a major transformation and major transition in our lives. And we need to address both. So, first I would like to talk about the cleaner energy and the renewable, and then I'll go to the oil and gas exploration. On the renewable front, Pakistan has come up with a number of policies in the recent past and a number of initiatives. Among them, we have come up with National Energy Efficiency and Conservation Policy, which focuses on decarbonizing the economy. And we have set the target of 9 million tons of oil equivalent and achieving our NDC targets. Now, two things are very important for achieving our targets on this front. One is investment into the climate and friendly and cleaner energy resources. We need to focus on that. And I would like to share that the Ministry of Climate Change is coming up with a climate fund, which will focus on this area. The second thing that we need is the carbon trading. Currently, we are not utilizing the potential that exists in the country in the area of carbon trading. That is essential because that will generate revenue and will also bring the cost of business down for a number of sectors. In the same vein, we have also come up with National Action Plan on Energy Efficiency and Conservation. We have also put in place Pakistan Energy Conservation Building Codes and Pakistan Energy Label Regulation for home appliances. I'm fortunate to be responsible for power as well as petroleum, and we are working very closely with two of our organizations. One is called NECA, which focuses on energy efficiency solutions, and the other is Alternate Energy Board, which is now part of PPIB, and we are working with them on how to make our appliances more efficient and how to conserve energy, and at the same time how to shift more and more towards renewable resources. We have set target of achieving 60% of our energy mix through renewable in terms of hydro, wind, and solar. We have recently advertised and we are getting bids for a 600 megawatt solar plant. Going forward, we will be focusing a lot more on solar and wind as well as hydro. We have not even begun to explore the potential of offshore wind projects in this country. So these investments, this focus, and also a focus on changing the way we are using our transportation sector to meet our needs. We have set a target of 30% of our transportation needs to be met through electronic vehicles, and we are also working on organizing a waste to energy conference in January. So a lot of these initiatives and a lot of this thinking is focused around more and more cleaner energy and climate-friendly investments. The second focus, the area of focus which I want to talk about is the exploration, which is the topic for today's conference. At the moment, roughly 70% of our energy mix is based on fossil fuel. We import crude and finished product in large quantities, and 75% of our transportation sector is dependent on imported fuels. Despite being an energy deficient country, despite having huge potential, roughly 60 to 70% of our potential remains unexplored at the moment. Now that's an anomaly. A country which is energy deficient is relying heavily on imported fuels, and it is not utilizing its own true potential. And that's where the big opportunity lies going forward. We are looking at all these challenges, and we have come up with a short-term and a long-term plan at the Ministry of Petroleum. There are three aspects of this plan. One is the pricing aspect, the other is the policy aspect, and third is the offering aspect. Let me talk about the pricing first. In the last decade or so, our pricing structure on the revenue side was not enough to meet the cost, and we accumulated a large amount of circular debt. Companies' payments were delayed, and that led to a number of exploration companies leaving Pakistan. Recently, just last week, we have changed the pricing for gas across all consumer categories, and going forward, there will be no loss in the entire petroleum chain. Now, what that will do is, that will lead to more and more exploration activities. The exploration companies will be getting their payments on time, and there will be no circular debt increase in the country. So there was a big issue which Pakistan was facing since the last decade, and we have solved this. What has happened as the result of these payment delays is our exploration activities have gone down, and we were looking at the numbers in the last 10 years. What has happened is 10 years ago, whatever oil and gas we were extracting from our own resources, today we are extracting less by $3.5 billion. So $3.5 billion is the reduction in our own exploration activities, and we have not even explored a large part of our resources at the moment. So the pricing change that we have done will hopefully lead to a lot more investment and a lot more activities in the oil and gas sector on the exploration side. On the offering side, after a long wait, finally we are going ahead with offshore bidding rounds. What is happening is we have already finalized the Model Production Sharing Agreement and Offshore Rules 2023, and we are working towards offering 24 blocks for bidding in two phases. The first phase will begin either in December or first quarter next year, and the second phase will be towards the mid next year. So we will be offering 24 blocks for offshore bidding. On the onshore front, we have already scheduled an offshore bidding round for 10 blocks on November 30th, and we plan to have 2 more rounds in the following year. Besides these offerings, we are also working on a comprehensive high-resolution basin study, and this study will hopefully lead to new avenues for future exploration. On the policy front, I think Fahim touched upon this. I'll elaborate a bit more. We are introducing a tight gas policy, which is aimed at better pricing, and we're looking at a 40% premium on the 2012 policy, which is for unconventional reserves. The Cabinet has already approved amendments to the Onshore Rules 2013. That will simplify and fast-track the approval process for E&P companies. We have a number of fields which have already been explored, but they're not coming into the system because of the pricing issues. The investment requirement in those fields is on the higher side, and it is not feasible for the explorers to sell them at the current pricing and the policy structure that we have. At the Ministry, we are working on coming up with a policy and a pricing mechanism to incentivize those fields and those exploration companies so that that gas can come into our system, and we can avoid and reduce expensive LNG, which we are importing at the moment. We are also actively working on formulating new marginal and flare gas policies, and that will hopefully lead to maximum utilization of our energy reserves. So the various policy measures that I've outlined, work is going on all of those. Our colleague DGPC is here. So DGPC and DG Gas, the two divisions are working very actively on these, and we hope that in the next few months we should be able to finalize most of these and introduce these and hopefully get Cabinet approval. Lastly, on the technology front, I'm very happy to see some of our international friends here who I have met either in the office or when we were in Abu Dhabi. I think there are two fronts that we need to work on, and we have already started working on that. One is to facilitate the technology services companies. We need to support them. We need to make a business case for them so that this market is attractive enough for them to be present and to expand. And maybe we need to introduce and attract more technology service providers in the country. Secondly, we need to attract international investment. In the last 10 years, roughly 8 to 10 international companies have left Pakistan because of payment issues, which now stand resolved. We need to attract them, and hopefully once they come, they bring with them the latest technology solutions, and hopefully if local investors can join hands with them, that joint venture can benefit international as well as local business groups. On the technology side, recently, in the last decade or so, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, latest drilling techniques, 3D modeling, cloud computing, there is so much which has happened within the oil and gas sector that we need to introduce these techniques in Pakistan to ensure that our cost of business goes down, and at the same time we are able to maximize our true potential and extract our resources. Lastly, I know that security has been an issue faced by some of the companies. We have held meetings with the investors. We have discussed this at the highest forum in the government. We are working very actively with the law enforcement agencies. And there is a complete realization and awareness that this issue needs to be sorted. And there's a lot of focus on that. So I can assure you that the government is working on that, and inshallah, this issue will keep getting better with every passing day, and inshallah, this issue will be resolved for the investors, because we realize that without security, it does not make sense for the investors to come and invest here. So that is one of our highest priority items. In the end, I would like to invite domestic as well as international companies which are already present in the ecosystem. And domestically, we have large national companies or government-owned companies which are dominating the sector, which is very good. But we need to get more and more business groups to join this sector, because we need that investment, that management expertise, and that know-how of the latest technology to benefit our exploration activities. I can share with you that the government, Pakistan has gone through an economic slowdown in the recent past, and there were challenges. Now, what that has done is, that has led to a rethink. That has led to an awareness that there are certain sectors that we need to focus more on. Mining as well as exploration are two big areas that will be focused on. So going forward, you will see consistently improved policies, pricing, and incentives for the local and international investors in the oil and gas exploration, because this is the only way we can reduce our imports and we can support our domestic industry by providing them with affordable, accessible, and sustainable energy. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting some of you and addressing this gathering, and I hope to see many of you in this exciting journey that we are embarking upon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister Saab, for sharing your thoughts. I think you've touched on all the areas which the industry would very welcome, getting the attention from the government. So thank you very much. And in turn, I think as a community of oil and gas professionals, we are here, we will step up and we will support whatever is required by the government, technically. Next, we will be going to a very, very special segment which we have added in the last 4 or 5 years, which is to recognize the service of lifetime achievement of our industry professionals, one from the category of petroleum engineering and one from the category of earth sciences, and similarly one from academia for earth sciences and one from academia for petroleum engineering. Ideally, such an event should be done on a dedicated session where we invite the award recipients to share their thoughts, but because of the shortage of time, we will be just giving a small introduction, and then we will be requesting our chief guest and our chairman conference and regional director to present the shield to them. So we will be going to the Lifetime Achievement Award now. The first Lifetime Achievement Award, I am going to introduce all the 4 recipients first, and then we will ask for the shield distribution. So the Petroleum Engineering Lifetime Achievement Award is being given to Mr. Tanveer Azad. Tanveer Saab did his BSc in Petroleum Engineering in 1974 and BSc in Petroleum Engineering and MSc in Petroleum Engineering in 1976 from Middle East Technical University in Ankara. He started his professional career with OGDCL in 1977 and then worked for Kuwait Oil Company, Phillips Petroleum, Occidental, OMV, Premier Oil, and OPI, and is presently working for Oil Indus since 2008. Tanveer Saab has been an active member of SPE, and many, many years ago, he used to be very active in the ATC, which we are doing now. He has authored and co-authored several technical papers. The second Petroleum Engineering Lifetime Achievement Award for academia is being given to Professor Dr. Amanat Ali Bhatti. Professor Bhatti Saab did his BSc in Petroleum and Gas Engineering in 1980 session, and he joined the department as a faculty member upon completion of his education. He completed his MSc and PhD during service and retired as a professor in 2020. He has been an active member of Society of Petroleum Engineers International. He has pioneered and served as a lifetime faculty advisor of SPE UET Lahore student chapter. He has been an active participant of ATC. He has served the SPE Middle East and North Africa region for 3 years as a first ever Pakistani judge for regional awards. He is associated with Pakistan Engineering Council as a member of the Petroleum and Gas Engineering. It is an elected position. The Lifetime Achievement Award for Geosciences Industry goes to Mr. Muhammad Azim Malik. Azim Malik Saab holds a master's degree in geology. He has attended various technical courses in the United States and Europe. He is an accomplished petroleum geoscientist with over 60 years of practical industry experience. He has held various executive positions, particularly as Executive Director Exploration of OGDCL. His international work included working for Sonatrach in Algeria. He has written, published, presented more than 50 research papers in domestic and international forums. He has been an active technical reviewer for PAPG since 1996. He is presently working with Petroleum Exploration Private Limited for the last 15 years as Senior Exploration Executive. The award for Lifetime Achievement for Earth Sciences Academia goes to Professor Dr. Mubarak Ali. Professor Saab did his BSc honors in geology in 1969 and MSc in geophysics in 1970 from Punjab University, Lahore. His passion was teaching, and he started academic career with teaching at Punjab University, Department of Geology in 1972. Subsequently, he joined the newly established Department of Earth Sciences in Quaid-e-Azam University, Islamabad. He completed his PhD from University of Glasgow in 1983 on scholarship. He remained in teaching for more than 45 years. He taught at Sultan Qaboos University, Muscat, Bahria University, Karachi, He has supervised many postgraduate and doctorate students, and he has more than 80 publications to his credit. After this introduction, I would like to request Chief Guest Saab, Chairman Saab, and our Regional Director of SP to stand in front of their seats and distribute the shields. We will be starting with the Lifetime Achievement Award for Mr. Tanveer Azad. यार किसी को ब्लॉक ना करें, जिनकी भी वीडियो चल रही है उसको चलने दें प्लीज. The Lifetime Achievement Award for Petroleum Engineering Academia goes to Professor Dr. Amanat Ali Bhatti. I think the room is full of his students. The Lifetime Achievement Award for Earth Sciences Industry is Mr. Muhammad Azam Malik. He has over 60 years of practical industry experience, ladies and gentlemen. The Lifetime Achievement Award for Earth Sciences Academia goes to Professor Dr. Mubarak Ali. I'm sure there are many of his students sitting in this gathering. Professor Dr. Mubarak Ali Saab. Next, we will be giving shields to our corporate members. This is being distributed in the order of sponsorship. So we will start with our highest category of sponsorship, Mari Petroleum. And I would like to request the chairman of Mari Petroleum, Waqar Malik Saab, to receive the shield. Our next diamond sponsor is OGDCL. So OGDCL Shield corporate member, please. Next, we are going to the platinum category. So we will start with Pakistan Petroleum Limited, PPL. Pakistan Petroleum Limited, Arshad Palekar Saab. Next is SLB Pakistan. They are also our platinum sponsor. Sprint Oil and Gas, they're also our platinum sponsor. Arif Yusuf is also the exhibition and event chair. He's done a good job. Well done. Our next platinum sponsor is United Energy Pakistan Limited. This is being received by Mausuf Saab, the president of UEPL. Next, we move to the gold category, and we will be starting with Baker Hughes. Baker Hughes. Next gold sponsor after Baker Hughes is BGP. After BGP, we will have Weatherford. So BGP Pakistan. After BGP Weatherford, Weatherford Pakistan. And then we will be going to, these are corporate member shields. So our next corporate member is in the bronze category, LMKR. After LMKR, we have Polish Oil and Gas. Polish Oil and Gas is a bronze sponsor. After Polish Oil and Gas, we have Nurecon Petro Services Private Limited. After Nurecon, we have Halliburton Worldwide Limited. The rest of the corporate members, I will be calling them out in alphabetical order. So these were the sponsoring organizations which were given the corporate member shield before the other members. So next will be Al-Haj Enterprises Private Limited. Halliburton. Al-Haj Enterprises. Eastern Testing Services. Government Holding Private Limited. IPR Transoil Corporation. KPOGCL after IPR. This is GHPL. So next is IPR. KPOGCL. Mr. Nasir Khan. Kufpek Pakistan. MOL Pakistan. Orient Petroleum. Ahmed Nawaz Sahab from MOL Pakistan. After OPI is Pakistan Oil Fields POL. Anybody from Pakistan Oil Fields? So next is Petroleum Exploration Private Limited. Moin Saab. And we also have Prime Pakistan Limited. Subhani Saab. We had 3 pre-conference courses. So after the corporate shield distribution, we had 3 pre-conference courses yesterday. I would like to call the instructors, Mr. Noman Shariar from Halliburton, to come and receive his shield. He conducted the second course. I will be calling Madiha Ali and Muhammad Zubair next, after Noman Saab. Noman Shariar from Halliburton, he did the second course on petroleum engineering yesterday. Next is Madiha Ali from SLB. Madiha Ali and Muhammad Zubair from SLB. Are they here? They're here. Muhammad Zubair. Now, next, I would like to request the chief guest to give a shield to Mr. Muhammad Al-Marzuki for giving the keynote speech. Zubair. Muhammad Zubair. We have a shield to give to Mr. Mohammad Al-Marzuki for delivering the keynote speech. Next, I would like to request Chairman ATC Fahim Haider Saab to present a shield to our Honorable Chief Guest, Federal Minister for Energy, Mr. Muhammad Ali. We will have a group photograph of all the people on the stage, a quick picture, and then I would like to request the chairman to take the chief guest for inaugurating the conference, inaugurating the exhibition. We will have tea starting in about 10-15 minutes for everybody else. So please stay seated. Please stay seated.